I'm here at Move America 2022 with Ralf Nielson of Translink. Ralf, you enjoying the show today?
Oh, I love the show. You know, it's amazing. There's so much diversity in the mobility space and the transportation space, and everything from air to on the ground to micro-mobility, and really big partners showing up as well as some startups. So it's really fantastic. I love it.
That's great to hear. Tell us a little bit about Translink.
So Translink is North America's first multimodal transportation authority. We're based in the Metro Vancouver region of British Columbia, Canada. We serve a population of 2.5 million people. We do some of the financing, some of the planning, regulatory around transportation management for those 2.5 million people. And then we also provide transit services and public transportation services, so all different modes. You know, paratransit service, we do as shuttle service. We have a traditional bus fleet, and then we have 4 sea buses which run on the water between the North Shore and the South Shore of Vancouver. You know, and then we have an all-electric SkyTrain, which is our rapid transit system in the region. So we move a lot of people every single day. Right now, it's around 800,000 people or riders or journeys that we do every day. And so it's a big region, and it's a lot of services that we provide to the region.
You've just come off the stage talking about climate change strategy. Can you tell us what was discussed there?
Yeah, so our climate change strategy we launched in January of this year. It's got 3 basic pillars. You know, we got to mitigate, we got to reduce our emissions. We have to adapt. So we have to adapt to the changing effects of climate and make sure the risks that climate change poses to our infrastructure, our operations, and also most importantly, our customers and our staff are kept safe and comfortable and well prepared for extreme weather events. And then, you know, the third element is governance and improving our decision-making processes and working with our funding partners to make sure that we are, you know, not only reducing emissions and getting to net zero by 2050, which is a commitment of ours, and our interim goals of 2030, we've got to get to 45% emissions reduction, but also make sure that we bring our partners and our funding partners along in that journey. So that's what the strategy is about.
You mentioned net zero, so what else is Translink doing to achieve those net zero goals for transportation systems?
So we're heavily investing in battery electric bus technology. So we're transitioning our bus fleet to a zero emissions fleet. So electrification is one critical pathway. We're also making big investments in our natural gas fleet, which is being fueled by renewable natural gas. Increasingly by 2024, we'll have all of that fleet being fueled by renewable natural gas. And then, you know, we're investing in air conditioning. Air conditioning is not something that you see typically in our region, but changing climate, we've got to prepare and keep our customers safe and comfortable. So by 2028, all of our buses will have air conditioning on them. So lots of work on mitigating emissions, and then also making sure that we're creating a resilient transportation system.
And then what would you say is the number one factor for sustainable public transport and driving that forward?
Well, I would say the number one factor is consistent government funding, and actually funding from all different levels of government to support, you know, mostly, you know, creating that system that is easy to use, reliable, convenient, and is preferred by our existing customers, and then being able to fund our expansion. We got 1 million more people coming to our region. So 2.5 million now, 3.5 million by 2050. We got to fund that expansion, and all of that expansion has to happen with zero emissions technology. So that would be the number one, consistent, reliable government funding.
Ralf, it's been a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, James. Take care.